Today is Monday, February 26th, 2024, day 67 of 75 hard. I'm pleased to announce my wife and I each have completed our 5 critical tasks. We've maintained our diet, no wheat or alcohol of any kind, no processed foods with more than 2 grams of added sugar per serving. We've each drunk at least a gallon of water today. We have done 2 45-minute workouts. They were both rocks outside, full weight pack. I apologize if you hear stuff in my dryer going on in the background. Just trying to finish things up. It's about 10 o'clock right now, so we're about to go to bed. It's been a long day. Where was I? Oh, we've each read at least 10 pages in our books, and today I actually finished the book that I was reading, the Leadership Handbook, 26 Critical Lessons Every Leader Needs. So I'm going to share some things briefly about it. Not going to go through all 26 lessons. A lot of good stuff in here. I highlighted so much. But the last critical task is, of course, the picture, the progress picture that you should be seeing on the screen now. All right. So of the 26 chapters that are in here, the lessons that need to be learned, I would say chapter 20 was the most influential one, the one that stuck out to me the most, and it was the choices you make you. That's the name of the chapter. And let me see if I can find it. There we go. Just some quotes that were in it. Successful people make right decisions early and manage those decisions daily. We don't always get what we want, but we do always get what we choose. Very good stuff. This is a quote he has in here actually by C.S. Lewis. And it says, every time you make a choice, you are turning the central part of you, the part that chooses, into something a little different than what it was before. Taking your life as a whole with all your innumerable choices, you are slowly turning the central thing either into a heavenly creature or into a hellish creature. Very interesting take, and it's just, I've come to the realization through 75 Hard, reading the books that Andy Frisella has, reading books on leadership, entrepreneurship, business, things like that, listening to his podcast and things, that where I am today in life, things I like about where I am, the things I don't like, are all the result of my choices. Okay, how I responded to different things, what I chose to say yes to, and what I chose to say no to at any given time. And there's just been a lot that's been emphasized over the last few days of making better daily choices. And this kind of started actually with the book on mental toughness. That's the one that details some of the case studies on mental toughness. The 75 Hard program, the Live Hard program, the whole thing. And there was mention in there about phase 1, which is a 30-day period. I can start really anytime after 75 Hard. We'll be starting it probably in a week or 2 after we get done with 75 Hard, but one of the additional critical tasks that get added to, in addition to the 5 that we already do now, is to add 3 items to your power list. I don't know what a power list is. All right, so in the book there was a podcast episode that he said to listen to if you want to hear about the power list, and it was effectively a system of putting together 5 very tangible, critical tasks that you need to accomplish every single day. All right, much like the 75 Hard program, except those critical tasks are being imposed on me that I have agreed to by Andy Frisella in his book, his philosophy of stuff. And the idea is you need to get to a point where you are determining your own critical tasks that you need to get done every single day. If you get them done, the day was a win. If you don't get them done, the day was a loss. You're not going to win every single day, but you need to win more often than you don't because you do your tasks. Now, these are not goals. These are not broad things, all right? But your tasks should be things you can do today that work towards those goals. And so for phase 1 of the Live Hard program, we have to add 3 tasks to our power list. And so I'm in the process of developing my power list, all right? Thinking about where I want to go. What are the things that are the highest priority that I want to improve about my life now? Those are the things I'm going to initially put on my power list, all right, to get my 5 things. And then I will choose which 3 items that I want to add to my power list specifically for phase 1 of Live Hard. All right, so these individual tasks, these daily habits, that's why this chapter of the choices you make, choose you really stood out to me. And I love some of the choices that were in here. He says he identified 3 critical choices that govern how I conduct myself as a leader. These choices made me a better leader, and I believe they can do the same for you. And choice number one really hits home to me. I resonate with it because I feel this is me. All right, this is me right here. Choice number 1. Excuse me. My standards for myself will be higher than what others might set for me. Oh, that is me to a T. All right, I have very high standards for myself of the way that I think things should operate and be run, and just common courtesies and things like that that I hold myself to. And that's more than what most people hold for themselves. You want to know how I know? Because I drive with those people out on the roads, and I can tell they're not courteous, they're not cautious, they're not polite. All right, I shop in the grocery store with those people. They are not polite. All right, they don't anticipate or even think about if their actions are inconveniencing other people. Even though if other people were doing what they were doing, they'd find it very annoying. All right. So as believers in Yeshua, we're to think of others more highly than we think of ourselves. All right, we're to treat others the way that we want to be treated. So therefore, we must be conscious about our actions and how they can be perceived by other people. Does this mean that we're always seeking people's approval and that they dictate what we do with our lives? No. It's actually what Andy Frisella actually teaches, and that is personal excellence. That's what we all should be striving for. An excellent person is going to be thoughtful and mindful of others. That's the standard I hold myself to. And it's frustrating when I see people who don't hold themselves to that standard, because that's the majority of people. But I choose to do that for myself. So this choice to always have higher standards for myself than other people impose on me, I resonate with that. I really do. Let's see. NBA coach Pat Riley says, excellence is the gradual result of always striving to do better. All right. It's good stuff. It's just, you're never satisfied. All right. It's like, that's good. Awesome. How can we improve it? How can I be better? How can I serve more? How can I give more? How can I influence more? How can I be better at the thing that I'm called to do? It's good stuff. Choice 2, helping people is more important than making them happy. That's a big key. Helping people is more important than making them happy. So this kind of ties into what I just said. It's not that we're trying to people please and have I just got to make everyone happy. No, you help people. A big way you can help people is by not annoying them, not inconveniencing them, not having yourself be a burden to them of them having to clean up and pick up after you because you've littered, you've left something untidy, you didn't leave something better than the way that you found it. All right, it's good stuff. Choice number 3, my focus will be on the present. Oh, that's huge that I need to work on. My default that I tend to struggle with, that I'm actively working on, all right, my default is to focus on the past. The what ifs, replaying scenarios in my mind. It's just the way I'm wired, I don't forget much. And that's good in some ways, actually good in a lot of ways, but very annoying and stressful in others. Because I can't stop replaying things in my mind. All right, at least I say that that's what I've typically struggled with. And so I need to focus more on being present now. All right, and making sure that my today is doing those little things that'll get me to the future that I want and the person that I want to be. Good phrase here, yesterday ended last night. I'm having to remind myself of that quite often because of stuff like, hey, what happened in the past, what happened yesterday, that ended last night. Everything is made right, everything's good, we're moving on from it. All right, good stuff. The more we replay yesterday, the farther we get from today's opportunities. And the farther away we move from opportunities, the tougher the road is to get back. We need to be highly attentive to spot them, the opportunities. And we must be focused on our present capabilities, not past regrets. Man, that's huge for me. That hit me, because it's like that's where I've been. Some of you have done the same thing. You're so focused on regrets of the past that it's crippling you right now and preventing you from moving forward as a person and growing to reach your full potential in the future. So we need to stop that. I need to stop that. But you have to make an effort to do that every single day. Last thing I highlighted in this chapter, people cannot reach their potential as leaders if they don't take complete responsibility for themselves and their actions. Man, that's so true. So where I am today is the result of my choices. All right, so that led me to actually purchase, and it just came in the mail today, this book by John Maxwell, Today Matters. All right, so this is what I'm going to start reading next. I've also purchased a calendar. Let me open this. All right, so this is for, sorry, let me get to March 2024. So I've got a few things written in here, but I really take notes and focus on the stuff for day to day, where I can put more notes day by day as opposed to using the calendar view where I do put highlights. I've mapped out the remaining days of 75 hard, the Refuge Ruckus event that we're going to in Fort Smith, Arkansas next week. Put those things on like the calendar view. But what I'm trying to do in the day by day stuff is quotes that stick out to me the most in what I'm reading. I write those down. All right, things that I am praying for, things I need to know that I want to remember at some point in the future, I write those down. And my goal is to, and I just started this just in the last few days, all right? My goal is to set aside time at least each week to look back through what I wrote the previous week. Reread the quotes. Re-pray about the prayer requests that I had. Look back at the things that stood out to me the most in that week. And then do that on a monthly basis, a yearly basis. I want to be able to take this year-long calendar and near the end of 2024, flip back through and reread all the things that in that day really stood out to me and keep them fresh in my mind as a reminder, hey, I need to keep doing this. All right, I need to keep going. This is where I'm going to record my power list items, the 5 things I'm going to get done every day. It's where I'm going to evaluate myself at the end of the day and say, hey, was today a win or was today a loss? And my goal is that every day is a W, but at the very least that there's many more W's than there are L's in my life. So I know it's been a lot of talk, but yeah, it's just been on my heart of things that I need to work on to be a better man, to be a better servant for Yeshua, a better ambassador for him on this earth. And that starts with the decisions I make each and every day. And I choose today to make them better tomorrow than I did today, to be more intentional about them, more intentional about loving people, about helping people, about creating value for people. That's what I want to be doing. And I encourage you, if you don't have those same goals, start. We need to love people. That should be the motivating drive for what we do. And I know that's something I need to work on. So I'm trying. And 75 Hard has helped me get to that point. So thank you, Andy Frisella. So yeah, thank you for joining me for these daily check-ins. Pray that it's been a blessing to you with my ramblings, with my talks, the quotes that I've read. And I pray that you are blessed. Bye now.